creation of the universe, or order from chaos. The story of Pan Gu, which is perhaps the most important Chinese account of the world being formed by a primal god, a primordial deity whose ancient cult, Pan Gu, still survives today in regions of southern China. In this ancient sacred story, Pan Gu is essentially the offspring of the primal yin and yang, the two vital forces of the universe that form the world via contrasting pairs of sunshine, light, shadow, darkness, positive, negative, male, and female. Inside the darkness of the huge primordial egg, Pan Gu gestates and comes into being over the course of 18,000 years, until the cosmic egg splits open when it is cracked by a bolt of lightning. The lightning acts as a type of catalyst here for life, a spark of life. Now, the lighter, clear parts of the cosmic egg float up and form the heavens, while the heavier, opaque parts sink to form the earth. Pan Gu then stands up and grows taller, 10 feet per day. This happens for another 18,000 years, so that his height will span the distance between the heaven and the earth. With his mighty and divine strength, Pan Gu then forces the earth and heaven apart forever, preventing the fluid earth and sky from merging together again, and remain solidly in their present positions. Pan Gu is then exhausted. He's tired after his, Herculean task. And Pan Gu lays down to rest. He falls asleep and dies. In death, the creator god's body decomposes. His stomach becomes the central mountains of China. His eyes become the sun and moon. His voice becomes the thunder. His breath becomes the clouds and the winds. His hair and beard become the stars in the sky. His tears become rain, rivers, and dew. His bones, they become the rocks and metals. And his bone marrow becomes jade. And his semen becomes pearls. In death, the body of the creator God becomes the elements. There's, of course, many later variations added on over the centuries to this myth. For example, the opening and closing of Pan Gu's eyes causes the alternation of day and night. Now, the Pan Gu myth reached this present form that I just recited by the 3rd century A.D. under the Han Dynasty, but is referred to in much, much earlier texts. In this ancient Chinese creation myth, the cosmic egg is the container for thought and matter, a type of circular vault of space, and of course, the vault for the phenomena of life. The egg is the seed of life and fertility itself, the totality of creative forces presented at the primordial beginning. Its simple shape is the symbol of perfection. And the cosmic egg issues from itself the entire world, the elements, the heavens, the earth, separating into the yin and yang, the male, the female, the light and dark. The characters in this Pan Gu myth are natural forces personified. Now, this ancient sacred story may at first seem primitive, but actually converges with advanced scientific speculation on the origins of life. For as I mentioned, it is a bolt of lightning that ends the, primeval chaos and acts as the spark of life itself. All right, with that thought, we're going to take another musical break. When we return, we're going to examine a far more obscure sacred story of creation, a tale which also doubles as a flood myth. the obscure creator god and goddess Fu Yi and Nu Gao, whose names are derived from the ancient Chinese words for gourd or melon, and who were originally separate deities under the early Zhai tribal people, but their stories would become linked by the later Han dynasty. The Han would depict them as a married couple, with human heads and entwined serpent tails, merging into one divine being, locked in an eternal embrace, locked into a divine copulation. The serpent tails, of course, being a direct link to the snake totem of the early Zhai rulers. But first, some more music. This is a band known as Escape Plan, a Chinese rock band, Escape Plan, with a song called The Brightest Star. Stay with us. This is God Rock Radio.